So now we are on the third element, which is A, which stands for attainable. So when we say attainable, it means that achievable siya. It can be done. Posible siyang magawa. And when you think of the idea of attainable or the element attainable, you have to consider available ba yung mga resources na kakailanganin mo? For example, if you are going to do an experiment, ito yung isa sa mga naging problem namin with the grade 12 STEM students. Kasi when they were in grade 11, they came up with a research topic that is attainable, even if they will be doing experimentation. Kasi syempre, their idea is that meron silang access sa laboratory and that they can use the different tools and equipments in the school laboratory. So during that time, the topic that they chose is still attainable. Hindi naman natin in-expect na after a few months, magkakaroon ng lockdown at pagdating nila ng grade 12, hindi na sila pwedeng pumunta sa school at hindi na nila pwedeng gamitin yung mga laboratory equipments and tools. So ang nangyari, yung na-establish nila na research topic, attainable siya dati, hindi na siya attainable ngayon. So kailangan nilang ayusin yung naging research topic nila or kailangan ulit nilang mag-come up ng panibagong research topic na magiging attainable na. And syempre, because they are STEM students, they really wanted to do a topic where they will do experiments or experimentation. Hindi na nila nagawa kasi nga, wala naman tayong sarili-sariling laboratory inside our houses. So yun yung isa sa mga idea na pwede ninyong i-consider when coming up with a topic, especially for STEM students. If you will be doing experimental research, ano ba yung mga materials na gagamitin mo? Kasi kung yung mga materials will be available at home, okay lang. Pero kung magre-require ka ng mga materials na specific for the laboratory, medyo mahihirapan na tayo. Kasi hindi kayo pwedeng, we cannot assure na pagdating ninyo ng grade 12, merong face-to-face classes. So, syempre, we have to anticipate the possibility na baka even until next year, online classes tayo. So, mas okay na yung topic na pipiliin mo can work in both situations. Regardless if we will have face-to-face or not, at least doable siya. Okay? So, that's one of the things that you have to consider when it comes to attainable. Yung mga materials ba ninyo, will it be easily accessible within the given restrictions na meron tayo in the community because of the pandemic? Another example, for example, you want to have a study on the experiences of people in Zambales during the martial law. Okay? Gusto mo lang kasi sabi nila ang martial law daw, depende sa lugar kung nasaan ka. Pag ikaw ay nasa Manila, very violent and harsh yung experiences mo about martial law. Pero pag nasa ibang lugar ka na sa Pilipinas, or nasa ibang lugar ka na sa Luzon, hindi naman daw ganun ka-violent. So you want to establish, ano nga ba yung mga experiences ng tao in Zambales during martial law? Is it something na similar sa Manila? Or is it something na okay lang, parang normal everyday life lang sa kanila yung martial law? So, is that topic attainable? You have to ask yourself, sa Zambales ba, marami ka pang taong mai-interview na talagang nakaranas ng martial law? Martial law was in the 70s. So most likely, people during that time are already how many years old? Mga lolo at lolo na natin or lolo at lola na ninyo. Marami pa ba sa kanila, sabihin na natin 90 or 100 years old or 80 years old, marami pa ba sila sa kanila ang available dito sa Zambales? Kasi kung hindi na enough yung number, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya attainable. And in your case, for example, merong 5 sa Botolan, may 4 sa Santa Cruz, merong 3 sa Olongapo, merong 2 dito sa Subic. Layo-layo yung, kumbaga yung lugar nila. Will you be able to go to those different places just to interview them and gather your data? hindi naman tayo pwedeng basta-basta mag-travel before we can go to other places, di ba? May mga restrictions per border. So kung magiging mahirap lang din, palitan nyo na lang yung topic. Okay? Another, kapag pinalitan mo yung topic, ayaw mo experiences ng people during martial law, you want to check experiences of people in Tacloban during the Yolanda, accessible ba? May mga kilala ka bang tao sa Tacloban na pwede mong interviewin? Kasi kung marami kang kakilala, okay lang, you can interview them online. Pero kung wala kang kakilala in Tacloban at mahihirapan kang mag-establish ng mga people na kukontakin mo doon, palit ka na lang din ulit ng topic. Okay? So, you have to check if the people, your respondents, available ba siya? And attainable ba siya? You want to check yung resources mo, materials na gagamitin mo, nandiyan ba siya? Another, attainable, for example, sa mga ABM, gusto mong i-compare yung kita ng isang kumpanya before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after the pandemic. Measurable siya, di ba? Kasi ang point of measuring ninyo is yung kita. So yung amount of money na kinita nila before pandemic, during pandemic, and after pandemic. So measurable siya, yes. Attainable ba siya? Most probably no. Lalo kung ang i-compare ninyo yung malalaking companies such as Jollibee, hindi sila basta-basta magdi-disclose or magbibigay sa inyo ng ganung uri ng information. Even yung mga small businesses, sasabihin nila sa iyo na, before pandemic, 1 million ang aking return on investment. During pandemic, yung 1 million naging 10,000. After pandemic, naging 50,000. Ibibigay ba nila sa inyo yung amount na yon? Most probably not. Okay? Kasi very sensitive yung information na yon. So even if measurable siya, hindi na siya magiging attainable. Okay? So i-consider nyo rin yung idea na yung data ba na gusto nyong i-gather, available ba siya? At kung available ba siya, is it easily accessible sa inyo? Kasi kung hindi lang din easily accessible, mahirapan lang din kayo. Okay? Next, element. Now let's go to the R. Is it relevant? Okay, so when we say it relevant kasi, ibig sabihin, importante siya kasi napapanahon yung topic ninyo. Importante siya kasi may mga taong makikinabang sa research ninyo. At importante siya kasi it can help our community and the people living within the community. So research kasi it takes time, it takes effort. Paghihirapan nyo siya. Kayo ba ay magsasayang ng oras at panahon at effort ninyo para sa isang bagay na hindi naman importante or wala namang value? So syempre, yung pag i-investan natin ng time and effort, sana makita sa atin mismo personally, nakikita ninyo yung importansya niya, yung value niya, yung significance niya. Kasi nakikita ninyo kung sino yung mga taong pwedeng makinabang, kung paano nyo mapapaayos yung buhay ng ibang tao or ng sarili ninyo, yung community ninyo, because of the if your research. So sabi nga dito, is it a current or existing issue? So magbasa na kayo ng balita, manood na kayo ng mga news reports, ano ba yung mga problems or issues or mga debatable topics na meron tayo within our community. And then i-identify na natin if we will choose this topic, sino-sino yung mga tao or groups of people, stakeholders who will benefit from your research. The more people na magbe-benefit, syempre mas valuable or mas significant or mas importante yung pinili ninyong research topic. Okay? And dito papasok yung idea natin na social responsibility at saka a vision ng school that as members of SAASI, we have to provide positive social transformation within our community. So maaaring as a student, by conducting a relevant research topic, you can start making positive changes within the community and within the people of the community. So even if you are not yet professionals, pwedeng contributing members of the community na kayo just by conducting relevant issues and relevant topics in research. Okay? So, dapat importante siya, valuable at significant yung topic ninyo. And then the last element, sasabi ko nga, related siya doon sa when, ng specific, you have to have a target date to finish, which is April. Is it doable by April? So, yun yung idea of time bound. May mga topics kasi na talagang it takes a long time before we can measure. So, for example, yung effect ng cigarette smoking sa lifespan ng isang tao. Sabi kasi nila, the earlier daw na ang isang tao ay nag-start mag-smoke, mas maaga siyang mamamatay. Pero yung mga taong late na nag-develop ng smoking habits, mas mahaba yung kanilang lifespan. You want to check if it's true. Paano mo malalaman? Siyempre, kailangan mong sundan yung buhay ng mga taong nagsusmoke. Iko-compare mo, yun bang taong as early as 12 years old na-develop yung smoking habits, by 40 ba? 40 years old, patay na ba siya? Or yung isang taong nag-develop ng smoking habits ng 25 years old, umabot ba siya ng 80 years old? So, kailangan mong sundan yung buhay niya. Tapos, kailangan mo pang i-check paano siya namatay. Kung siya ay namatay at the age of 40 nang dahil siya ay na-aksidente, it's not considered as an effect of the habitual smoking. Diba? So, yun yung tinatawag nating mga longitudinal studies. So, ginagawa siya, pero hindi siya applicable sa inyo. So, may mga government agencies such as the Department of Health, nagko-conduct talaga sila ng mga longitudinal studies na it takes decades or years before they can really come up with a result to those studies. Pero sa inyo, hindi naman kayo pwedeng umabot ng 1 taon, 2 taon, 3 taon, di ba? So yung topic na pipiliin ninyo, dapat doable lang within 2 to 3 months. Okay? So when do you want to achieve your goal? It has to be late March until early April. Para yung last weeks of April, tapos ka na, you are just preparing for your presentation. Siyempre, ipipresent mo yung research mo sa inyong mga panel. Okay? So, pinaka-earliest na target date natin is end of March. Pinaka-late siguro mid-April. Late na yon. Okay? So, yan yung time bound. So, again, let's answer the essential questions. At this point, I will be asking students to share their answers.